ships again next year, perhaps with 90 up the following year. That was from the Harbour Master, or the Deputy Harbour Master, who was with us yesterday. So the cruise ships will continue ahead. But we've had some other wonderful celebratory occasions. We've had the opening of Anuku, where our Mayor and Andrew and I attended, which was a lovely occasion in a magnificent setting. And I just have to say that if you get the opportunity to go and have a look what they've built there, and do get all of your meetings or people that want to have conferences going to that facility. They need business support to make it work, so that's great.
They have invited us to hold a council meeting out there before the end of this term, so it's something that I want to discuss with councillors. I think it would be a very good idea.
So perhaps this is a new opportunity for Akaroa Harbour and Banks Peninsula. The Gaiety was reopened, and you will have seen a magnificent photograph of our Mayor in the Bay Harbour News with a wonderful smile all over her face, enjoying the occasion. So thank you to all of those, Paul and Andrew, and the contingent of staff that came over to be with us at that occasion. Can I talk about, following on now from...
Can we acknowledge Richie Moyle there?
Yes.
Because, I mean, in terms of staff performance, and I don't normally, mention this because of the governance management thing, but outstanding performance from that young man who's just done so much for the community. And when I mentioned that at the opening, there was just instantaneous applause from the whole community. He's really valued out there, and he's done an extraordinary job. So David, you can take that back to the team.
So it's important that we actually do value our staff, work with them. The same could be said for Pigeon Bay, where we worked with City Care, and we cleaned a lot of locks on buildings and hinges on things when City Care were doing a little bit of work on our Pigeon, or not a little bit, some considerable work on the Pigeon Bay Hall. I mean, it's about being involved and helping along the way, so that's worked very well too. But can I just talk about yesterday about following on from representation review and our video conferencing, what we tried yesterday. I'm not quite what form it was, whether it was business video conferencing, I don't understand. But we had Jenny join our meeting, and it felt as though she was sitting around the table. We had a few hiccups getting it set up, but obviously it is the way of the future and an opportunity. So we do thank for that opportunity, and we hope that we have the staff to support us getting into that role of operating down the track. So it is a lovely time of the year, and come and have a holiday in Akaroa. Town is ours again. So our minutes?
Yes, so you've got a part A on the DeVoe paper.
Yes, page 20.
Yep. So would someone like to move that? Andrew, seconded Tim.
Just
Yanni.
one brief comment, just again to acknowledge the awesome work that went into the Gaiety, but also think it's important to acknowledge the Friends of the Gaiety, who did a huge amount of work actually before the earthquake and have spent a lot of time working with our staff over the restoration. So just wanted to place that on record as well. Thank you.
Yeah, they were certainly acknowledged on the night.
Yes, we had a lot of fun.
Yeah. So I will put that motion. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. That's carried.
And the only other thing that I will raise out of this is page 32 and the Akaroa Play Centre. Our play centres we haven't got many play centres on Banks Peninsula, but it's important that we actually remember the history behind a lot of our buildings in Akaroa that have actually come to the council's ownership by the community actually building them and doing it many years ago, not recently, because we're very aware now that any facility we don't need to ask the council to maintain them, but these have come back from history that come to the table, and the community still feels as though they've got some ownership around it, so that we're just asking for consideration of the history of these and the background of these facilities be considered when rental charges are decided. So hope that will be taken into consideration.
Thanks very much. So that's a set of minutes to be received. Andrew Turner, seconded Glenn Livingston. I'll put that motion. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. That's carried. Thank you very much. And thank you for coming over again, Pam.
I've got